So life has looked a little different for us recently.
We're Eoin and Aisling, and we have just spent the last 3 years travelling across Asia.
From China to Nepal, India, Taiwan, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia and so many more places. We've covered a lot of ground. But now we've decided to return back to the country we call home, Ireland.
But we're only here temporarily, and we will tell you more about that later on, because that's not why you clicked on this video.
You've clicked on this video because you're looking a wee nosy and a wee peep inside our life at the moment back home in Ireland. As you've already seen from the thumbnail, we bought a fan. We couldn't be more buzzing about the situation. It has been a dream of ours for a long time to try out van life. We're going to tell you so much more about it in this video. We're going to give you a full tour around, tell you just about being back home in Ireland. It's been a long time from we've been here, and we have some mega life updates for you. But we'll get into that later on. I know you're dying to see around her. I'm dying to show you. So let's go meet her.
What happened there?
Oh, my knee.
Try again. Tick two.
And this is Valerie, the new love of our life, the third person in our relationship, and if I do say so myself, she's pretty beautiful. And this is the moment that you have all been waiting for, the van tour. So Valerie was converted back in 2021, and it was actually done over in England by a company called Quirky Campers. They are absolutely amazing. They are the top dogs of van conversions, and we're the second ever owners of Valerie. She was bought by a fella who had her for 3 years, and in those 3 years he did 3,000 miles. So we're counting ourselves as the first owners of Valerie, really, and the first people to definitely live in her anyway.
We're going to start off here in the kitchen, which is probably one of our most used features in the fan, and something we were quite specific and fussy about whenever we were looking for a fan conversion. And we were buzzing when we found this one in particular. It's actually gorgeous. The wood for the worktop is such a high quality grain, and it's proper like thick, really good quality wood. Our favourite feature definitely here though is the copper sink and top combo, which is just so quaint and just absolutely stunning. Took a minute for us to figure this one out because the top doesn't have like a normal screw top for like a handle on a normal top like a bathroom. But what we do have is a lovely wee button down here. We can just flick and then boom, our water flows from there, and it is very, very handy. Right underneath here is where all our water is stored. So we've got our clean water for the top, and then we've also got our grey water that runs out of the sink. Super accessible for whenever you have to empty the water or refill your clean water as well. Literally right at the door, like it couldn't be any better. And the fact the kitchen is here honestly was a huge bonus for us. Like I always had this like dream and this kind of thought of being able to stand and like cook in beautiful places with the door wide open, by the coast, by some beautiful fields, whatever it may be, and we have got exactly that. The copper also runs throughout the entire fan. It's like a bit of a theme nearly. You can probably see the fan's very neutral in its colours, which is perfect for us personally. Copper top, sink, all of our handles on the cupboard are copper, with a bit of copper piping down the back for the curtain rail as well, and it all just perfectly ties in together. In the middle, we have our stove, our cooking hobs. These are gas fitted, and then down here is where the gas tank is actually stored. Now, it's been professionally fitted and certified. It's actually in a wee cabinet, which means it doesn't move around when we're driving either. Super, super safe. It's a double ring, which is perfect. And then we've got all of this worktop space for all of our chopping boards, whenever we're prepping food, whatever it may be. And then we also, at both sides of the fan, have our windows that open. So, whenever we're cooking, we can open them. It lets out a wee bit of steam, a wee bit of the heat as well, because it gets very hot in here whenever you're cooking. And just in case, safety precaution, we have our smoke alarm and carbon monoxide detector.
I'm gonna have to step in quickly because Eoin forgot to mention one of the other favourite features in the kitchen, and that's our beautiful blue tiles that have been flown in from Japan. I always just have to include the fact because our tiles came from Japan. Very fancy. And then we also got a few little things to tie in that blue, give us a little extra pop of colour. And that's our cups and hold on a wee minute. And our bowls.
We have to put that there in order. Like when you're
we live in a van, we have to be practical.
You know,
so
prepared.
we have beautiful blue cups and blue bowls just to tie it all in.
Then all of our cupboard storage is here. So in this cupboard we've got loads of wee storage units, and we just keep all of our toiletries, candles, different bits and pieces. And then over here with Aisling is all of our essentials. So cups, cutlery, plates, all the rest.
All the things that you need in a van.
Down here in these cupboards, this is our food storage. As you can see, it's quite filled out at the minute, yeah. And all of our spices down below. And again, safety precaution, fire extinguisher in case we need it.
Now it's time to show off our living space, our living room. And here we've got a lovely seating area that's actually really spacious, really big. And then it also turns into our kitchen table, our working space, whatever we want this to be. Me and Eoin can work back to back on this with our laptops, and we've got plenty of space. Also, I can cross my legs and I don't hit the table, which is just an added bonus. I think when anyone thinks of living in a van, you think you're all cramped and stuck together, but you're actually not. This also, in the evening time, can turn into a third bed whenever we have guests over. So this, we just take it out, put a plank of wood here, pull the cushions across, and boom, you've got an extra bed. And now for the bedroom tour. In here, we have got a full double-sized bed, which many people are shocked by. But one brilliant thing back here is, on either side, we have got little coves. So it means that if you're a little bit taller than me, you can actually fully stretch the whole way out. And it does give you a lot more space than what you would probably think from those little tiny indents. But up here, we have two more lights. This wee one and this one for a little bit of mood lighting if you don't want the lights on. And you can turn that light off over there by the door. And whenever you're in bed, you don't actually have to get up to turn your lights off. Nice and handy, right beside you. And then over here we have two of our 4 big cupboards. So in here I keep my clothes, and in this one Eoin keeps his clothes. And then we have 2 more cupboards that are just over the kitchen area where we just have extra bits and pieces, and we have 2 more additional spaces. Back here we have got 2 little triangular coves. We put some decorative stuff in there, and then all the other bits and pieces that don't really fit anywhere in the van, they get put up there. And then when I turn around here, we have a hidden little cubby hole up top. It's not that big, but it's perfect for putting your phone at night time, other little bits and pieces, and it just hides everything away. It means you're not on your phone until stupid o'clock at night. And then behind me, you can see our lovely little decorative bohemian thing that actually came included with the van, which we absolutely love. But behind that, we've got 2 little bookcase shelvings on either side. So we had to go and hook out all of our books to make it look like we were studious.
We actually do read books occasionally, like whenever we take a notion, so like at some stage they will get read.
And as you can probably tell already, we love Valerie for so many different reasons, but this curved roof has to be one of them. It is up there because whose van has a curved roof? And it gives you so much more headspace, it looks beautiful, and it's just been finished to perfection. But we have so much more to show you, so hold on.
And down here in this wee area, we actually have 2 double sockets and 2 USB, so it means we're fully charged. The fan is fully off-grid. It's got a big solar panel on the roof, 2 big large leisure batteries in the back. They've come out of like a lorry or something. They are massive. An inverter, a split charger. We'll tell you more about that when we get to the boot, but there's plenty of power, so no need to worry about that. We also over here have some USB sockets. You just plug yourself in there, and it means whenever you're in bed you can charge up. It is perfectly positioned. Something else I forgot to show you in the kitchen area when I'm here is that this is our fridge. When I say fridge, it's more of like a glorified toolbox, but it does our job nonetheless. Like, we think it's grand, we have no issues with it. And then the last thing I need to show you down here is just something that's so practical and fantastic. This wee ventilation area is actually a heater. So the van has a built-in diesel night heater, and what makes this really cool is that this is actually connected to our main diesel tank. So whenever we're filling up at the station, we just fill the fan as normal to fuel it, and then that filters through a wee pipe into this heater. Some of these heaters do come with a separate tank you have to install, and then you have to fill that separately. It's a whole situation, but we don't have that, thankfully. No issues, no problems with ours. It's even better because we also have a wee remote control we keep beside the bed for it. Wait till you see. Up here we have a wee hook, and we keep this lovely wee key on it. This turns on and off our heater, so we can literally lie in bed, turn on our heating, turn it off for heating whenever we want, and because the fan's obviously a fan and it's not that big, it heats up super quickly. Like in 10 minutes you're in here sweating and you need to open a window. So like that's going to come in handy in the winter time, but you don't need it on for very long. Because you don't need it on for very long, it doesn't use that much fuel at all. The fan's fully insulated as well, so it stores the heat really well. Final cool feature about the heater: behind the driver's seat in the cab area, which we're going to show you soon too, there's a wee LED screen where you can fully control the heating system as well. You can set it onto like a timer, same as like a normal central heating in a house if you want it on for an hour, or if you want it to come on at like 8 PM, whatever it is. Plus, because it's right behind the driver's seat, if you're driving to a site or looking for somewhere to pull in for the night, it's a wee bit chilly, you can just tap it on when you're like driving, just hit the wee button behind you, and it means by the time you get to your site, the fan's actually warm in the background. It'll heat up as you're driving as well. Absolutely love it. So I know what you're probably thinking. Where's your toilet? How do you go to the bathroom whenever nature calls? Yes, we don't have a proper toilet bathroom situation, but we didn't want that whenever we were looking for a fan. A bathroom and a toilet takes up so much room, and like a fan's clearly a small enough space, and we just felt like it was unnecessary. We wanted better use of the space, but we still need a toilet obviously, and our solution is underneath this seat. Both of these two seats have loads of storage underneath them, and this one is home to our porta potty. So you pop them up, you lift that, and in here we store our toilet. We set it there, pop the lid up, and whenever we need to, do what nature makes you need to do, this is our solution. It is grand, like we don't mind. Me and Ashley's been together for 11 years, like using the toilet in front of each other. It's alright, like it's not the end of the world. I know a lot of people's gonna watch this and think like that is not for me, couldn't do it. Whenever you give it a try, lads, like you'll be kind of converted to it. Plus, if we're somewhere very remote and there's nobody around, by the coast, by a field, who knows, maybe we'll pop open the door, poo with a few. Like, can you complain? I don't think so. When you're done, pop her down, lift her back up, store it away, and we have all of our space back. There's honestly no need for a bathroom, I don't believe, anyway. And like, this is super handy to clean, to empty, everything else. All you need is like a proper disposal place. You dump it out, you give it a wee wash, you spray a bit of chemical in it, and it is as good as new. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Valerie and some of her specs. So she is a 2016 Vauxhall Mofano 2.2 litre diesel engine. She's a 6-speed gearbox, so she's got plenty of power in her for getting her up hills and just really just carrying a bit of weight as well. And she drives beautifully. She's so smooth on the road, and she's actually surprisingly light whenever you're driving her too. I actually done a few fan delivery jobs in the past, and like any fan I drove in the past was quite heavy, big like massive steering on it, like you had to take corners so wide. Valerie's different. She's so light on the road, and she's extremely comfortable whenever you're sitting in her. The cab is actually really lovely as well. The seats are proper cushiony. They're actually quite luxurious, I find. She's got a lovely wee digital radio as well to keep us going whenever we're on the road. She's also a little bit taller than your standard fan, as you might have already noticed. As you can see on the top, she's got an extra wee like blip thing going over, and this gives you so much extra head height. Like whenever I'm in her, I'm obviously quite a bit taller than Aisling. There's so much room, like I can proper like stand and like do activities and stuff in it.
So many activities!
It is wicked, and whenever we're lying on the bed, even though the bed is quite high up, you have to properly pop yourself up on, as you've probably seen Aisling doing, there's still so much space. Like whenever I'm lying flat in the bed, I can't touch the roof. Like, who can do that in a fan? It's ridiculous. To get that as a spec is fantastic. The last thing we wanted to do is feel like cramped and in like a really small tight space in the fan. We wanted to make sure we could actually stand up in her. The extra headroom also allows for that beautiful curved ceiling in it as well. It is wicked, and personally my favourite feature about the entire fan. I love it so much, and as soon as I seen that I was like, that is the fan for us. We need an owner, like that has to be our new home. It makes you feel like you're in like some sort of a wee cabin within a boat or a ship or something. I absolutely love it. And we don't feel small in it at all. There's so many elements of it that just feel perfect for what we're looking. The kitchen, the living room, the bedroom, we do separate them up into separate bedrooms even though it's all one space. It's like our own wee mental thing that we have going on, but it is honestly fantastic. She had 119,000 mile on her whenever we bought her, and for a fan, if anybody knows stuff about fans or mileage or cars, that's not a lot. She done very little miles before we bought her. As Aisling said, the guy who owned it before us done 3,000 mile in 3 years. Before him, it was owned by a fallet company that had her basically from brand new, so she was always really, really well cared for. The body of her is like next to immaculate. Like honestly, we did not think we were going to get a fan of this standard. We kind of had a budget in mind, and with our allocated budget, we thought we were going to buy something that was quite old and a bit shabby and rusty and different things, different issues and problems. We haven't got that at all. We have struck absolute gold. Now, when we come around to the back of the van, we have our garage boot space, which is ample. There's a lot of room back here. Pop open the doors and look at that. Honestly, there's tons of room, even though we carry quite a bit of stuff. So, to talk you through our boot situation, we have a wee light up here at the top, so it means like at night time if we need to get anything, we've got a light. Over here at this side, we have all of our electrics and our power sources. So this is our inverter, we have our double big batteries, all that I was telling you about. We have a big master key that turns all of our power on and off as well. Split charger, inverter, the fan will fully recharge the batteries whenever we're driving as well, which is a big bonus as well. Fuses, things like that. In here, there's obviously quite a lot going on, as I said. I know it does look like we're carrying loads of unnecessary stuff, but this is all stuff we're going to use. Spare water, just in case we run out and we're off-grid and we don't have a water source. We've got our power lead that connects to the side of the van over here, which is like plug her in if we're on a site somewhere. This is our new mini barbecue, or wee gas barbecue, which we're going to use loads. It's very, very cute, and I'm sure you'll see plenty of it in future videos. Some drinks, all of our water gear, wetsuits, snorkels, paddle boards, you know, if we want a wee paddle, skateboard, and loads of different wee accessories as well. And then this was a big addition for us personally. We showed you the van is a 3-berth, so it sleeps 3 people, but there's only really 2 seats. This is our Ottoman? Aisling, is that what it's called?
Ottoman.
Ottoman, yeah, she learnt me that one, I wasn't too sure. But anyway, this is our Ottoman. So we store all of our big jackets, big heavy kind of clothing in that. And then it also works as a 3rd seat in the van. It fits perfectly at the top end of the table, and it matches our grey cushions pretty much spot on, which was just spectacular. We store all of our shoes and everything up here as well. And like there's still loads of room for additional stuff if we want it. I don't really want to fill it full of junk, but like I would imagine over time we're probably going to, you know, acquire a lot of things. The goal is probably to fit a couple of bikes in here that we could take with us. We can go do a bit of mountain biking, a bit of off-roading and stuff. We'll have to wait and see. But the back has tons of storage. Let's go show you the final part, the cab. And outside over here we have our power socket connection, so we can just plug into the mains. We've got our lead, it is literally like so long, we can just plug it in here and then connect it to a main power source somewhere, and it is sorted.
So now we're going to show you the cab of the van. She is pretty standard for a van, but extremely comfortable. In here we've got a few additional features. Up top we've got some more storage area, which is brilliant. And we sleep 3, we drive 3, but when it's only me and Eoin, which it is majority of the time, this seat folds down into a little picnic table, and we've got a couple of additional cup holders as well. And then back here we've got the little screen for our heater that Eoin was telling you about earlier. And the very last thing that I'm going to tell you about, which is a big help, has to be the reversing camera that is built into the van, and it just pops up and goes away whenever you don't want it. This is amazing. You mightn't believe it, but I drive this van. I'm a small girl, this is a big bus, and I need a little bit of help in hand sometimes. So when Eoin's not here or there's only one of us driving, we can use the reversing camera and we can get tucked away nicely into the little corners or whatever we are, nice and safely without hitting Valerie, because we don't want to damage her. But that basically concludes the van tour. So yeah, I'm gonna hop out. Oh. So as you can probably tell, we are absolutely obsessed with Valerie.
Honestly, it's just way better than anything we could ever imagine ourselves actually getting. Like, we personally think she's stunning, and we really hope you do too. If you know like any other like fan creators online, please like send over their channels, let us know about them.
We love to look at other people's vans.
Love to, yeah. And if you have a fan, if you're interested in fan life, if it's a dream of yours, let us know in the comments down below as well, because we'd love to hear from you. This is going to be our plan for the next guts of a year anyway.
I don't see us getting rid of Valerie anytime soon.
Not at all.
Valerie's part of the family now.
She is one of us. Obviously, as we said at the start of this video, we spent this past 3 years international travelling all around Asia. And that international travel isn't finished. There's plenty more we want to do and see.
There's a big world out there and we have only ticked off a little corner of it, so...
We have. There's much more for us out there. But this is going to be our for now situation anyway. There was a year back home in Ireland where there was just things happening. We're getting a wee bit older. Friends are having babies. Families having babies.
Big birthdays.
Marriages. And quite a few of our friends are getting married this year. Not only our friends, we kind of have a big announcement ourselves.
We got married!
We got married! That was the main reason we wanted to come back home, was we were getting married ourselves. We got engaged a year ago in Koh Phangan in Thailand. It was beautiful. And then we wanted to have a wedding kind of within a year. So we came home to Ireland and we got married just a short time ago. We had an incredible time with all of our friends and family.
So beautiful, so amazing.
Perfect.
Everything we could have wanted and more.
It was stunning. So make sure you follow along on the channel because there's going to be a wedding video coming very, very soon. And like, you don't want to miss this one. It was just stunning. But that is the reason we have come back home and we are heading abroad again, as we said. For the next year, we just want to see more of Ireland, and this is the way to do it for us. Like, we love Valerie, we love being in the country. Only downside of it here is the weather. Like,
yes.
It's cold a lot of the time.
But
wet.
the freedom of being able to just go and park
much
up
freedom.
anywhere, go to the real remote hidden places
Yeah.
in Ireland, it is such a dream, and we're so grateful that we're getting to do it.
So grateful, and a big thank you to everybody who watches our videos as well. Like, without all of you watching our videos and following along on our journey, this probably wouldn't have been possible. Like, our lives would have looked very, very different. So big shout out to everybody there as well. Thank you so much. We have more life updates, we have other things going on, but we're not going to drag it out anymore. We want to say a huge thanks for watching this in particular video. We hope you absolutely loved it. We hope you love Valerie. And we hope you follow along on Valerie and our journey throughout the country. It's going to be a big one. We have a lot of plans in Ireland during the summer. And yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.